let's dive right into a powerful and maybe a little bit of an uncomfortable idea. What if the very comfort you've spent your life building is actually a cage? Let's get into it. I want you to start by asking yourself this question. And I mean, be really, really honest with yourself. Take a look around. Your job, your relationships, even just your daily habits. Are these things the result of conscious choices that you made? Because there is a huge difference, isn't there? See, if we're not careful, our life just becomes the sum total of everything we've simply put up with, what we've tolerated from ourselves, and what we've tolerated from other people. And that right there leads us to what you could call the unchosen life. Now, this isn't something that happens overnight. No, it's more like a slow, quiet drift, a gradual settling into a reality we never actually designed for ourselves. Man, this quote just nails it. It really gets to the heart of this silent crisis so many of us face. Everything can look perfect on the surface, right? The steady job, the nice house. But deep down, there's this nagging feeling that you're just an actor playing a part in your own life story. And you know the stories we tell ourselves to cope? Oh, this job, it's just for now. Or I'll leave this relationship, when the time is right. But here's the thing. Temporary has an expiration date. If you wait long enough, what was once just a temporary stopgap, that becomes your permanent reality. So why? Why do we let this happen? Well, the answer is often deceptively simple. Comfort. We're wired to prioritize feeling safe and avoiding difficulty. But that comfort, it comes at an incredibly high price. It slowly, silently erodes our potential. This really is the trade-off, plain and simple. Every single time you choose what's easy now, avoiding that tough conversation, putting off a change you know you need to make, you are actively choosing a harder life for yourself later. The problems, they don't just disappear. They just sit there and accumulate interest. We are so afraid of failing, aren't we? Of trying something and not succeeding. But what this material argues is that the real terror, the real thing to be afraid of, is looking back one day and realizing you never even tried, that you let comfort just lull you into mediocrity. And just so we're on the same page, when we talk about tolerance here, we're not talking about being open-minded, not at all. We're talking about those tiny, daily compromises, those little yeses to things that you know are draining your energy, your time, and your spirit. And this is how potential dies. It's not in some big blaze of glory or a single catastrophic mistake. No, it's a slow, quiet leak. It's death by 1,000 cuts, where every small compromise you make drains just a little bit of your future away. Okay, but here's the good news. It does not have to be this way. The antidote to a life of tolerance is the incredible power of a single, conscious decision. It's all about shifting from being a passenger in your own life to grabbing the steering wheel. A lot of us confuse movement with progress. We fill our calendars, we answer emails, we stay busy, and we think we're moving forward. But progress only happens when you make the one key decision that actually changes where you're headed. You can spend years just moving around, totally avoiding the one choice that would mean real progress. And this so often comes down to the myth of feeling ready. We wait for this magical moment of total confidence that, let's be honest, never actually arrives. But ready isn't a feeling you wait for. It's a decision you make. It's choosing to act, even with the uncertainty. So where on earth do you begin? Well, it can boil down to 3 really powerful decisions. First, just stop avoiding the hard truth you already know deep down. Second, define your own standards, because if you don't, trust me, other people will define them lower for you. And third, quit your single worst habit. Just that one change can create way more momentum than trying to start 10 new good ones. But look, making a decision, that's one thing. Sticking to it, that's something else entirely. And for that, you need something far more reliable than motivation. You need discipline. Think about it like this. Motivation is a feeling. It's exciting, for sure, but it's totally fleeting and unreliable. You can't control when it shows up. Discipline, on the other hand, that's a system. It's a commitment you make to your future self, no matter how you feel in the moment. It's what you do when the motivation is long gone. This is such a critical way to reframe things. The problem for most of us isn't that we lack talent or potential. Nope. It's a lack of consistency. We just don't stick with anything long enough to see the compound interest of our efforts really pay off. Now this one might sting a little, but it's a powerful idea. How many times do we say, I'm just too tired? But is it really exhaustion or is it a lack of discipline? See, admitting it's the second one actually gives you your control back. Tiredness is a state you're in, discipline is a choice you make.
Ultimately, all of this work, making decisions, building discipline, it all starts inside your own head. You have to win the inner game first before you can ever hope to change your outer world.
And here are some absolutely key mindset shifts to start working on. Become willing to be disliked for making the right choice for you. Learn to see people for their actions, not just for your hopes of what they could be. Stop wasting your breath explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. And this is a big one. Learn to accept the apologies you're never going to get, just so you can finally move on.
This right here, this is the core message. We consume endless information, right? Always looking for that magic bullet. But transformation doesn't come from learning more stuff. It comes from finally having the courage to apply the simple, hard truths you already understand deep down. And this is the stark choice that we all face every single day. This is the future we risk if we just keep choosing comfort. It's a future filled with regret, where you become the only person to blame for the dreams that never came to life. So look, if you're gonna have regrets, and let's be real, we all will, let them be for the things you actually tried. The risks you took, the doors you tried to open. That kind of regret, it teaches you something. But the regret of inaction, of being too scared to even try, that just haunts you. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Every single day is like an election. Every choice you make, it's a vote. So when you choose the easy path, the comfortable option, the familiar distraction, who are you casting that vote for? The person you are right now, or the person you have the potential to become? The choice is always yours.